Hello, my name is Jasmine McDonald. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I post ballet and fitness related videos every single Tuesday, Thursday, and now Sunday. And if you're also new here, you may as well hit subscribe. Today's video is going to be a toned ballerina arms and core workout. There's no equipment necessary, so let's get started. Roll out your mat and we'll meet sitting.
All right, guys, so find a comfortable seated position and let's just get started with some easy head rolls. Feel a little bit grounded, keep your core engaged, and why don't we clasp our hands behind the nape of our neck and just pull our head slightly forward. Putting your hands behind your lower back, open up your shoulders, and let's start on all fours. Hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. Starting off with a few cats and cows, let's exhale our chin to our chest, looking at our navel into a cat, and inhale, looking up and forward to a cow, tilting at our pelvis. Exhale into another cat, curling our belly button to our spine, tucking our pelvis, and inhale, looking up into a cow, tilting our pelvis forward. Imagine that your tailbone is reaching to the ceiling in your cow. Exhale to a cat, and inhale, looking up to a cow. Let's do one more. Exhaling to a cat, and inhale, looking up into a cow. Beautiful. Find a neutral spine, shoulders on top of your wrists, and tuck your toes underneath, lifting your shins off the floor into a bear hold. Let's hold it for a few more breaths. Keeping our core engaged within this static movement, finding the strength and stamina. And let's release our knees back down, untuck your toes, shake out your hips if you need to, and let's go into another bear hold. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees and your shins off the floor. Trying to keep a whole line from the top of your head to your tailbone. One long line, don't break it at the head and the neck. Make sure you look in between your hands and don't lift your head too high. And let's release it down and we'll do one more bear hold. Now, as I'm looking at this footage, I'm definitely not doing the most amazing head hold, so it's really important to sometimes look at yourself in the mirror or film yourself, record yourself doing exercises. Let's go into another bear hold. It's also important to recognize our strengths as well as our weaknesses. Now let's get ready to go into a high plank, so get ready to step your feet towards the back of your mat, and we're going to go for some up and down downs, going down to our elbows into a low plank, and going up onto our hands into a high plank. Try not to wiggle your pelvis around too much. Keep your core really engaged and keep your back and your neck supported. Let's do a few more. Try to get in at least 3 or 4 more. And let's finally meet on our elbows for some tendu derrieres on a low plank. So tendu your right foot back, lifting it, pointing your toes, and lift your left foot, alternating legs, but keeping your pelvis and your core engaged. Also squeezing your glutes at the top. Don't let those shoulders wiggle or your lower back collapse. Let's do one more. Walk your feet back towards your elbows if you need. Send your hips up into a dolphin pose. So press your elbows into the floor. Lengthen your spine from your tailbone to your head into a dolphin, much like a downward facing dog, just on our elbows. Shifting your weight forward again to a low plank, let's tap our hip bones towards the floor for some twists on our low plank elbow position, tapping one hip and then the other for our obliques. And let's go back to that dolphin pose, which is more like an active resting position. So your core is still engaged here. You're trying to release your heels down to the floor, press your elbows into the floor, lengthen your spine. Feel that core engagement and that lengthening within your upper back. And release your knees back down, shift your hips back, stretch your arms out in front into a child's pose, relax. Going back to our tabletop, let's get ready for some protraction and retraction of our shoulder blades. So squeeze your shoulder blades at the back to kiss and then push the floor away, let your shoulders fall away from each other. Let's do 10 more. You want to think of bringing your belly button to your spine to support your lower back by engaging your core. And you also want to think of nothing moving apart from your shoulder blades. It's almost as if you're shrugging your shoulders, but rather than going to your ears and down, you're going backwards and forwards. Now let's draw some circles with our shoulders in the same position, going up and back and down and forward. Same thing here. Keep your core engagement. Don't let your hips wiggle around and your lower or upper spine move. It's just within the shoulder blades, almost like a cat. Now find a neutral tabletop position, and on the inhale, lift your right arm up to the sky, and exhale, thread it through in between your arm and your leg. Let's do 10. Inhale, lift your arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Again, inhale, stacking your shoulders. Exhale, thread it through, tapping your right shoulder down to the floor. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, thread it through. We do it again. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, lifting it up. Exhale, thread it through. And last one, inhale, reach it up to the sky. Exhale, thread it through. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, thread it through. Now switching sides with the left arm, stacking your shoulders. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, thread it through. We do 10. This is 9. And we do 8. Finishing our last one. And bring your shoulders back on top of your wrists and sit back, roll out your wrists, relax. Adding a few head rolls here as well. Try to make sure your wrists are still nice and warm and they didn't get too stiff there. Now let's meet on our mat on our front with our head facing down, squeezing our glutes the whole time, engaging our thighs. Take your hands in front of your head with your pinky toes or your pinky fingers touching the floor. We're gonna lift our arms up, biceps past the ears, and tap them down. Lift them up and tap them down. Always think of lifting your navel off the floor so that you're not collapsing in your lower back. And on the last one, we're going to pulse it up 16 times. Let's go, pulsing at 16, 15, 14. Don't let your fingers touch the floor. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, lift them up higher, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your elbows towards your waist, squeezing your lats and squeezing your shoulder blades, and take your fingers up above your head, forming a triangle. Let's do a few more. Elbows towards your waist, fingers up. Now keep going. Let's do 8 more, and to challenge yourself to engage your posterior chain a little bit more, lift your legs hovering off the floor as well, but keep your head on the floor in contact with your forehead and the mat. And relax all the way down. I had an itch on my foot the whole time, so don't mind, I had to get that. Now sitting up in a comfortable position, let's work on our arms a little bit and tone our biceps, our triceps, and our lats. Take a first position with your fingers in front of your belly button, and we're just going to open our arms to a la seconde in ballet. Doing 8 in total, so let's do 7 more, opening and closing, keeping your elbows supported, your shoulders relaxed down, and your core engaged. Last one, let's take our arms to fifth on O and open them to a la seconde and take them back to fifth on O. Imagine that you're in a toaster and you don't want to burn yourself on the side. Keep your posture really in check. After this last one, face your palms to the floor, and we're going to push the floor down 20 times, pulsing our arms up and down quickly, 20. Then we're going to flip our palms up and do 20, doing about 10 more. Getting ready to flip your palms up, and the same motion, now emphasizing the up with your palms facing the ceiling. And now we have pushes back. Try to open your shoulders and keep your arms to the back space of your body. And let's flip our palms to the front and do the exact same pulses. Let's repeat the entire thing with our palms facing down. We do 20 pushing down. And let's flip our palms up. We're going to flip our palms to the back and repeat the 20 pulses to the back. And let's flip our palms to the front. Now we're going to flip our palms down and flip them back up, bending our elbows towards our waist 20 times really, really fast. I know this one's kind of weird, but I promise you will feel it. And similarly to what we did on the floor on our front, we're going to take our arms up and down, elbows coming back to our waist 20 times. Repeating the ones from out and in really, really quick 20 times. And the fast W and Ys 20 times. Take your arms open to Alisacon, swing your legs around, and we're going to sit halfway back in a V hold with our legs off the floor and our back halfway back. So point your toes, sit backwards, and we're going to thread our fingers behind to meet and open them to Alisacon. Let's repeat that a few more times. Let's do one more and roll all the way down onto your back. Now, option to put your hands underneath your seat to protect your lower back a little bit more. We're going to start with both knees bent at a 90-degree angle with our toes pointed. We're going to flex our right foot and stretch our right knee to hover off the floor, and then bring it back in and repeat the same with the left, keeping your core engaged the entire time. Keep going. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it back in. Option to take your hands clasped behind your head and lift your head and your neck and your shoulders off the floor. And with both feet and knees together, let's lift our head and our chest for Pilates 100s, and we're going to do 10 with our palms facing down and 10 with our palms facing up. Keep your shoulders lifted off the floor, pulsing our arms. Option to fully extend our knees to challenge ourselves a little bit more. Keep your low back flat on the floor here. And with your knees extended and your head lifted, let's go into some battus or beats, lowering our legs a little bit more with each beat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, give yourself a hug. Roll out your ankles and your feet. For the next few exercises, we'll be in a butterfly, and we're going to be doing some butterfly sit-ups. So put your hands behind your head, touch your toes together, and on the exhale, bring your elbows towards your knees, your head forward, and your seat off the floor. And on the inhale, tap your toes down. Let's do that again. Exhale, elbows to knees, lift your head and your seat. Inhale, tap your toes down. Keep going. And on the last one, lifting your seat, thread your hands through and pulse your upper back like you're trying to reach for something between your legs. And relax all the way down. Give yourself a hug. Let's hug our right knee into our chest. Extend your left knee down to the floor. And let's guide our right knee out towards the outside of our body on our right side and back in, and guide it out and back in. Let's switch sides with your left knee towards your chest. Take your left knee to the side and back in, and the side and back in. Extend fully from your toes to your fingertips, and on the exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Lift up with the strength of your core. Oh my gosh, this is so hard for me to do today. And relax, folding forward. Amazing. Let's swing our legs all the way around. Option 1, to take a Sphinx pose here to stretch your belly and your core muscles, or option 2, to press up fully into your cobra. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and bye now. Happy dancing.